In my video last week, we discussed why a regular 9-to-5 job often comes with challenges for us highly sensitive people. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'd like to recommend that you watch that one first. We collected ideas about what jobs and what job environments might actually work well for HSPs. And I think for quite a lot of us, a dream job would be one that we can do from the comfort of our home, with the company of our pets, working on something we feel passionate about and that makes us feel fulfilled. In this video today, I'd like to share with you some personal reflections and things I learned along the way, while I'll be working on my earth pigment paintings in my little studio here in the Netherlands. And just to be clear, by all means, I am not here to give you business advice. I am here as a highly sensitive mother of 2 boys and as an artist. I'm here to share my own raw journey with you, with all the ups and downs, simply sharing things I discovered so far that might be valuable to you as well, hoping that this way we can learn and grow together. So in my last video, I also told you how multi-passionate I am and how much time it took me to actually find out what exactly I want to do as a job and turn into a business. One important thing that I learned now with time and getting older is that mistakes and also choosing the wrong path doesn't really exist. Every choice you make, every path you walk on, even if it's just for a little while, it teaches you something. Everything makes you a little bit wiser and a little bit stronger and a little bit more prepared for the thing you want to keep doing in the end. And let me tell you, this is something I just realized at the age of 35. I literally had fear and anxiety from the thought of choosing the wrong path, the wrong thing to do. I was afraid of having wasted my time when something didn't work out, and I felt like a failure. However, now, finally, I feel more sure about what I'm doing, and I can suddenly see, oh, but this I learned at the time that I had started my own Etsy shop, and I taught myself how to sew. Back then, I realized that I don't enjoy sitting behind the sewing machine a lot, but now I'm using that skill to create artworks that I really love. So that Etsy shop journey didn't work out for me. I printed my abstract photography that I was creating at that time on fabric, and I would then sew a lot of pillow covers and fabric baskets to sell, which was a very repetitive thing to do. And it felt more like mass production to me. And I did not feel creatively fulfilled by it. But during that time, I learned so much. I had created my own little brand design for the first time. I bought my first second-hand sewing machine, and it was the first time for me to ever use one. I learned how to take pictures of my products and how to present them online, and probably many more things that I'm not even aware of right now. So I just want to tell you, if you are still struggling with that anxiety of choosing or doing the wrong thing, I want to reassure you, you're not. Even if what you decide to do today doesn't turn out to be the thing that makes you happy and fulfilled for a long time, it teaches you something valuable and important, and you might not even know what it is, but it might be something that you really need in the future, and life is teaching you that right now. But I know all too well it's not easy to be in that place of doubt and to feel that insecurity. It can be so hard sometimes, especially in this world right now, where everything seems to move so quickly, to actually embrace that things move slowly for yourself, or at least that's the way we feel about it. And so often I actually wonder whether I could have been further along by now had I done things differently in the last 10 years. I spent so many years trying to find out what I really want to be doing, and only the last, I think, 4 years, I am also diving into the world of business, sales, and marketing, and how all of this actually works. 10 years ago, I didn't even know that something like a business coach actually exists. And now I wonder if I had spent my money differently and had worked with a coach much earlier, whether I could have prevented a lot of that insecurity, a lot of headaches and frustrating moments of just wanting to give up and not knowing what to do next or how to do it. You know, sometimes you see people doing everything in so much shorter periods of time, and then I think I should be able to do it like this as well. For example, when I started to take my YouTube channel seriously 3.5 years ago, I watched videos of people talking about how much time it took them to get monetized. And often it was between 6 to 12 months. And then they would talk about their first paychecks and how they increased over time. Well, I am monetized now for 4 months. And it took me 3 years and 2 months to get to that point. And I haven't received my first paycheck yet because my stats are still very modest and you need to hit a certain threshold to get your first payout. And I'll be honest, it was really challenging sometimes, and it still is. It's so hard not to compare yourself to others when you see them having the success that you long for yourself, and they do it much quicker than you do. But I am really happy at the moment, I must say, and I am proud of myself for coming this far and not giving up on it, even though it took me way longer. Okay, let me give you a little bit of context on what I'm working on right now. I painted with earth pigments that I partially collected myself in France on watercolor paper, which is this sheet right here. And I also painted with those earth pigments on raw canvas, which is this one. And then I just happened to put them next to each other, and I thought, yes, wow. They just complement each other so beautifully. They look so gorgeous together, and they just tell so many interesting stories together. The combination of them, They tell the story of soft and bold, of land and sky, of gentle and strong. Oh, it's just, it makes me so excited. So many things I want to, I can tell with it visually. So I needed to test whether I can actually make one thing out of watercolor paper and fabric, if I can sew those both together. And it does work. At least it worked with this very small piece. I'm sure it will be more challenging with bigger pieces, but it seems to be possible, which I'm really excited about. So, but because this sheet right here is way too small to combine with that sheet of watercolor paper, I was busy creating a bigger piece of fabric for that painting. So that was what you saw me doing with putting into the pen and working on it. But unfortunately, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. But something really crazy exciting happened that you absolutely have to see. Man, I really wish it wouldn't be so dark today. It's super grey and rainy outside, which makes my room very dark. But anyway, look at this. This is so incredible. The sheet that I put on the linen canvas to work on it, my God, all the pigments just went through that piece of fabric and it stayed on the canvas, and it created this incredible, amazing print on it, which is, it just blows my mind. It is so gorgeous and interesting, and I can stare at it for a really long time, which is always a good sign. I am so blown away by it, and I can't wait to see where this might take me. Ah. I love how art always teaches me these beautiful life lessons. So often it teaches me patience and letting go of control, because when I get too impatient, for example for the paint to dry, or when I try to control the outcome too much, I often make things worse. This seems to be a lesson that I need quite often. Tapping into trust, cultivating patience, letting go of control and perfectionism. And now look at this beautiful lesson today. I had a certain outcome in my mind with that raw sheet of canvas. I worked towards a certain goal, but it turned out differently than I imagined. So often we encounter exactly that situation in life, don't we? And then this unexpected, beautiful surprise happened on the surface that I actually just used purely for practical reasons. So through my actions, I might not have ended up where I imagined or wanted to be, but I opened a new door, maybe an even better one, that might actually guide me towards where my soul wants to be. By the way, I have a business coach right now who doesn't cost me any money, and his name is ChatGPT. And I know there is a lot of fear and even hatred right now towards AI, especially amongst artists, and I get it. It is new and it is scary what this thing is able to do and able to replace. But one thing is certain, AI is here now and it is not going away, even if we turn our backs on it. To be honest, it might be an unusual opinion, but I actually think that AI is a blessing for artists, unless you work exclusively digitally, then it's a whole other story, unfortunately. I think it's a blessing for non-digital artists because it increases the value of handmade pieces even more. I believe that many people long for the handmade, for the real thing, for the human connection, for true craftsmanship, especially in a world that becomes increasingly mass-produced and robotic. The more something is available, like AI art, the more we crave the opposite. That's our human nature. Can be very annoying, but in this case, good for everyone who creates handmade things. I used ChatGPT before to actually give myself a bit of therapy when I was in a bad mind space. And I was really amazed by how well this worked. And then I suddenly thought, hey, I would love to have the support of a business coach on my side, someone who can tell me what actions to take when I'm in doubt again. But I don't really have the money to pay for human one-on-one coaching. And suddenly I had the idea of asking ChatGPT if he could be my business coach. And I told him everything about what I'm doing, what I'd like to achieve. And it really helps in moments of doubt and frustration, and to check in with yourself if you are moving into the direction you actually want to go, and if there's anything else business-wise I can be doing to improve. Of course, it cannot really replace a human, but for the fact that it is a free tool, I find it really amazing and helpful, and I would definitely recommend it to you to give it a try if you also look for some coaching, but you don't have the money for it. Because I am highly sensitive and I don't have a stable energy level and can have very emotional days where I feel overwhelmed by everything, it is extremely important for me to create a business with passive income streams. And maybe we actually need a different word for it, because nothing is really completely passive, but it can be accumulative, like these YouTube videos, for example. This is one thing that really keeps me going on this YouTube journey, especially. The idea of that I had the energy to create something of value in the past. And slowly I am building this library of content that can be valuable to people. And then when one video finds the right person one day, the value of all the other videos I did in the past can still work for me. They can still deliver their value to this new person, and I can earn money from something I did in the past. But it is never completely passive, you see, because I still have to create new videos for new people to find me. And that's also the case for other so-called passive income streams like courses or digital products. You still have to do something, some kind of marketing, something to get in front of the eyes of new people. But the beautiful thing is that it becomes easier with time, the more eyeballs you gathered, and your income rises with time, because you simply created more value to give every time you create something new. I love making these videos, and I love it even more when I get to read your wonderful comments saying that something resonated with you deeply or helped you in some way or simply brought you a moment of peace and comfort. That's just it's the best thing. It's absolutely priceless to me. I hope today's reflections and insights are valuable to you. I also created affirmation meditations to help you increase your confidence on your journey as a highly sensitive person. If you think they could help you as well, I warmly invite you to join my member space here on YouTube. Hope to see you in the next video, my friend. Bye bye for now.